I've been holding in my truth. I've been showing me the lie. I've been living in my world. I've been loving on the rise. Que tú crees que a mí me importa, que la fama no me aporta, porque tengo lo que quiero. Amor, salud y mucho dinero. Oh, amor, salud y mucho dinero. Tengo fuego y no hay bombero. You know.
So I know you all probably think, what the fuck is going on with Kanye West? Now, let's not get into the whole categorizing and labeling and pointing the fingers, because there's a lot of individuals out here that seem to believe the same thing. I mean, Jim Carrey might not be wallowing or screaming the way that Kanye is, but Jim Carrey is on the same path. So what is Kanye West doing? He was just on Saturday Night Live. Let's watch a little clip of the video real quick.
I'm gonna put my Superman cape on, because this means you can't tell me what to do. Follow your heart and stop following your mind. That's how we're controlled.
The way that I see it is simple. We are in a time era, in a timeline, a part of history where consciousness, collective consciousness, higher consciousness is beginning to take its place, its part in this timeline, and it's awakening the bodies that they chose to use for this time to enlighten, awaken, and guide those who need to know the truth. And that's all Kanye is saying, you know what I'm saying? I mean, even though he's in the limelight, obviously he ain't afraid of getting killed by those who don't want the truth out. They won't kill him because everyone thinks he's crazy. But if you pay attention to the codes that this man is talking about, if you pay attention to the codes that homeboy is releasing, and you can see clearly that all he is saying is master your energy, master who you are. Master you, master your thoughts. Stop hating people. Stop using hate as a form of energy. And you want to ask why your life is not blessed. Hating Trump or hating anybody at that is not going to help the situation. It's not going to aid the situation. And it's not going to raise the vibrations enough for the shift to happen in collective consciousness into the fifth dimension, which is the new world. Hating and arguing and all this stuff is not helping, and that's all Kanye is saying. Why do you hate Trump so much? Listen, I understand that you might not agree with him. I understand that you might not like his person. Go out and say, hey, you might not agree with this person, but see, love is beyond all that. You can love an individual and not have to agree with him. You can love an individual and not have to be 100% with him. You know what I'm saying? Respect an individual and just let things pan out the way they should. You know, it's not in your hands to point the finger, because honestly, are you doing a good? Are you really helping collective consciousness? Are you helping the community? Are you doing anything positive by pointing the finger and saying how much you hate a person? This is why he said slavery is a choice, because a lot of us are still enslaved up here. See, slavery never ended, it just evolved. Okay? And when he says that slavery is a choice, it's a choice because you can choose right now to be free in your mind. To be free from the lies, to be free from the concept, to be free from everything that holds us back from the true light and the true power that lies within us, not on the outside. Because we seek for truth, we seek for love, and we seek for all these beautiful things on the outside. This third dimension has nothing to offer, people. This third dimension has nothing to offer. All it offers is frustration, stagnations, pains, procrastination. It doesn't offer you anything. There's a world out there outside of the third dimension that's way more beautiful. All Kanye is saying is, wake up to it. This is why he bought 300 acres. This is why he wants to build a community. This is he wants to pull away from the structure that is enslaving the minds of the people. Now, you might disagree. Okay, don't mean, I might disagree with you too. Don't mean that I'm going to hate you. I'm going to continuously show you unconditional love. Even if I don't know you in the physical, my spirit and my soul knows you, because the spirit gives testimony of each and every individual. We're all empaths. We can all absorb energy. All right, but if you're one of those vampires and one of those victimizing people who always a victim, then see, you're the problem in this world. You're the problem because you're not believing in yourself. You're not believing that you do have a voice. You're not believing that if you unite with other people with that voice becomes stronger. It becomes more powerful. A unit has always been stronger, and that is what they're trying to avoid. They want to avoid us becoming a unit, those who are awake, those who are alert, those who are aware. They don't want us to become a unit, because if we do become a unit, then we revolt against them. So they keep us divided and conquered. And that's all Kanye West is trying to say. And he's not afraid. And I respect the fact that this man has conquered his fears, and he is doing what he feels he should do to awaken a society that is sleeping under the dormant powers of the dark elite. Now, duality is real, but it doesn't mean that you have to live or view life from a duality perspective. Duality is there, but you don't have to submit to the way things work inside of duality, which is only in the third dimension. You can still see life from a linear perspective, live above the nonsense and live above the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because you can. And that's all he's saying. Believe in yourself. Slavery is a choice. Working a 9 to 5 is a choice. Are you making your choices, or are they making them for you? Are you programmed subconsciously? What's really going on up here? I think we should all ask ourselves a question and stop pointing the finger and just spitting out our mouth things that we really don't even understand. Because honestly, we really don't really understand. You got people saying, you know, Kanye, watch this and wake up. What if he's woken up and he's trying to wake y'all up? See, I don't agree too much with the protesters of the black community. Okay, we've been oppressed. But the more we feed into the whole race situation, the more we feed into their plan. The more we feed into their plan. Feed into their plan. The more you feed into, I'm going to be repeating that, because you're not aiding, you're not helping by talking shit and hating and being in a glitch and being a Smith. You know what I'm saying? Smith, this is Smith right here. This, you know, they just turn into Smiths and they just start defending something they don't even understand. So it's better to lean back, observe, and truly ask your inner being, what's happening here? Is there something that I need to learn? And I'm also very grateful because there's a lot of awakenings happening. Oh man, more than we've ever seen. This is the time, people. This era, this history, this moment in time is important because there's some shit going down, some shit happening, and we all need to come together, stop pointing the fingers at each other, and become a unit. With disagreements, we don't always have to agree. But it's funny because I see all these movies, and in these movies, you always see how there's like fights in between the people, in between the friends, in between the teams. There's like fights in between Wakanda. You know, Wakanda's fighting each other. It's like all these movies are showing us something. Like we all argue and fight. But when shit hits the fan, we all got to come together for the same cause. Because in all these movies, at the end of the day, we all still got to come together for the same cause, Infinity Wars. So we need to learn how to put our differences and our disagreements to the side, people. All right, I get it. Remove that and just think about one thing, and that is love. If you can remain in the ambient, in the atmosphere, in the frequency, in the state of consciousness of love, unconditional love, true love, outside of this duality, outside of this dimension, then you will experience life on a whole nother level. Life in abundance, the same thing Jesus said. But these are truths that a lot of people get killed for. Let's not even mention Dr. Sebi, who was a great holistic teacher. He even healed AIDS, he healed cancer, he healed a lot of sicknesses, and even taught us that the number one disease is mucus. But yet there are still people obliterate, blind, and lost to this truth. Any holistic teacher, any protester, anybody who wakes up and speaks against the structure that is oppressing the minds, not the people, but the minds of the people, and we become a threat. But you know what? We're not afraid no more. We're not hiding. This is happening now. Christ is already here, and we are about to show the world what true love is. And that's how we're going to win. And let me tell you something. It doesn't mean that true love is weak. It doesn't mean that true love gets smacked in one cheek and then hit me in the other. That's not true love. That's not true love. That is not something Jesus would say. They put that there so that you can be weak. You have to learn how to defend yourself in love too, because in love, you will protect your family. You will kill for your family in love, right? Because you love your family. What if I told you that your family is not your only family, but this whole world is your family? We're all one if we choose to be. There's an amazing shift occurring, people. Kanye is just a part of that shift. And even though he's rich and he does whatever he wants with his money, it is still his life. We must respect his choices. but see the one thing that he's trying to do, and it's bring us all together. It's your boy Shado the God. Check my SoundCloud out if you want to hear some good music, energetic music, some lyrical music. You go to soundcloud.com, Shado the God. You can also search for me on all platforms. I got about 5 songs on all platforms. Shado the God on Google Play, iTunes, Spotify. You can find me there too. This is my YouTube channel. Remember to subscribe to the button, hit the little bell. I'll always have more info for you guys and energetic words to raise you up, raise your vibration so that you can see life from a higher perspective and be free from all of the lies. It's been another awesome episode with your boy Shado the God. I'm out. Oh, don't forget, all comments are accepted, good or bad. All opinions are accepted, good or bad. And you can always email me if you want to talk more about this term. All right now.
I've been holding in my truth. I've been showing me the lie. I've been living in my world. I've been loving on the rise. Que tú crees que a mí me importa, que la fama no me aporta, porque tengo lo que quiero. Amor, salud,